my fellow insect nerds, welcome back to another vlog where we talk about insects and animals, insects and exotic animals. So even though I'm called the insect nerd, yes, I do talk about exotic animals because I have two white tree frogs, Neville and Luna. I made a video about Neville last time, about his health and his weight and things like that. I also have a critter gecko called Pharaoh. So not just these guys, the six-legged friends I have, but also other inverts. I have a tarantula, I have a scorpion I would like to bring out at some point. However, they are very small and I don't want to lose them in the house because my family will probably have a heart attack time when I actually brought them home from the expo. Yeah. Yeah, I just thought, oh, I just get a scorpion. Obviously did some research beforehand, but yeah. But anyway, let's get into today's video. So today we have a versus video, and it's not one of those horrible videos where I put two insects together and they have to fight. I hate those, by the way. I kind of did do a video on them, but I might do another one again about how I don't like them. They're horrible. I don't like them. If it's, you know, if you're putting like a leaf insect against a scorpion or something, like I've seen some people do, then, you know, or something like that, then I really don't like it. But today we're doing sort of which one I like the best, which phasmid. So in the right hand corner, I give you Miss Diaphragma gigantea, or giant bean stick insect. In the left corner, we have a leaf insect, or Phyllium elegans, which is a type of leaf insect. It's got lovely patterns. I just want to show you. There. Oh, never mind. If you didn't see it, don't worry. I'll put a photo up, or sort of put a photo up on Instagram. So I just want to talk about the advantages and disadvantages, leaf insects in general, and stick insects in general. I just picked these two species because they are my favourites. Although I do have jungle nymphs at the moment that I really love. They are just nymphs at the moment, so they're not adult jungle nymphs. So yeah, I mean, I'll show you them at some point, but they're very small, I just can't wait till they're older, really. They are still fascinating, but the females are really huge. So yeah. Oh, they look like they are having a bit of a fight. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. So let's talk about the advantages first of both species. So first, Diaphragma gigantea in the ring, ready to knock out. No, I'm joking. Sorry. So Diaphragma gigantea, or well, stick insects in general, are easier phasmids, in my opinion. Some people might think differently, but stick insects are the first sort of things I kept, phasmids I kept. Actually probably one of the first insects I kept actually as a child. I did sort of take things in my little globe that I have. If you haven't seen that, it's on Instagram, and I always sort of just play around with that. So yeah, kept properly, I would say. I kept Indian stick insects though, which I don't like. I find them boring compared to these guys. I don't hate them, I just don't want to keep them again. But these guys, they are very easy to care for. You know, they don't have a high humidity need or high temperature. They can be kept in room temperature, and I don't mean 18-17 degrees, at least 20 degrees. Don't want it too cold, don't want it near a window. I have done a Diaphragma gigantea care video, so if you are curious, it's on my YouTube, or I will put it on the link. I might have done a care sheet on the website. I'll have a look for you. I think I have. I've done different stick insect types. But yeah, these guys, yeah, they're easier to hold than a leaf insect. You wouldn't think so. They are a little faster, these ones. It really depends on the stick insect you get. I find these easy to hold because they're bigger, and they don't really seem to just sort of like, they're less delicate, I would say. They're more sturdy, so if you do accidentally drop them, and sometimes we all do, so don't worry, just be careful. You know, they don't lose a limb easily. They still do, you lose limbs, but not as easily as the leaf insects. They do eat a variety of food plants, bramble, rose, all kinds of things like that. And oak, actually, they eat very similar things to some leaf insects. Actually, we'll go into that in a minute. I mean, they just, you know, you don't need a heat map. So if you're worried about your energy bills, because we know they're all going up, thanks Boris, by the way, thanks for that. Then yeah, then they don't need a heat map or lights. For my leaf insects, I just have heat maps because lights will cost too much extra. But sometimes if I want to look in the tank, I do put a little light on and then I turn it off afterwards. So you can always do that. But you can choose either lights, like proper reptile lights, as long as they're not too much wattage, because if they're too much wattage they will burn your insects. But you know, something light, like a lamp. Some people use lamps to get the temperature up. Some people use heat mats. I wouldn't recommend both for leaf insects because yeah, these guys don't need heat mats at all. But yeah, these guys are just very easy to handle. I just love their colour. They are actually fairly easy to hatch as well. I would say with this specific species though, I've had trouble with their nymphs. Unfortunately, I've had a couple hatch that have passed away. That their nymphs are really fragile and really hard to raise compared to other stick insect nymphs, like my fire stick insect, my Peruvian. Fire stick insect. I will correct myself on there. My fire stick insects. I raised one of the females that hatched recently, and she's done so well. And compared to the little ones that have been very delicate of these species, very hard to raise, very tricky to raise. But yeah, they breed very well. They give you a lot of amounts of eggs, and their hatching rate is 4 to 6 months for these guys. But yeah, oh, and also they're more affordable, to be honest with you. Although it depends really where you get them from, but these guys were a lot cheaper than my leaf insects. But yeah, now moving on to the leaf insect. Now, first of all, I'm going to mention temperature and humidity. These guys, unfortunately, they require a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. So you need to get the temperature right, but you also need to get the humidity right. It's around probably 70 to 80%. If it's too dry, they will die, especially as nymphs, as babies. They will not survive very long at all. They are very sensitive. I mean, the common Phyllium filicum and the common leaf insect is not as sensitive as Phyllium gigantea as humidity. These guys are not actually too bad themselves. The Phyllium elegans. I will put spelling up on there, don't worry. I can't spell them, I assure you. I can barely say them. But yeah, no, these guys are just amazing. They are amazing, but it's just humidity and temperature you have to regulate with more readily and more, and you know, be paired with a hydrometer to measure humidity and a temperature gauge to measure the temperature, whether it's in Fahrenheit or Celsius, whatever floats your boat. The advantage of these guys is, and I'm just totally aware actually that I was going to do advantage of them first and then disadvantage, but I've just kind of gone in and done a bit of both, so there we go. So the advantage of these guys is actually they're quite slow compared to the Diaphragma gigantea. I always forget how fast she is. Even the males, when I had them, unfortunately all my males have gone. Oh look, where's she going? Yeah, but yeah, they're quite slow moving, so I would say they're quite suitable pet for a child with help to get the humidity and temperature levels ready, and they can be quite delicate as well, much more delicate than these guys. If they do fall, they can sometimes lose a leg. It depends really on their age. This one is I believe is a pre-sub, I think, coming up to sub-adult leaf insect, and she's a female. So she's probably a bit more sturdier, but I'm just gonna let her climb around me. Don't worry about it. But yeah, slow moving, but delicate. So not a really good pet for a young child, I would say. But you know, maybe hold it with a young child together if you know, because they are very gentle, whereas the Diaphragma gigantea is very gentle in my view, but it's got, the female has some spikes along its, I can't get you, well, I think it's around its thorax, or its prothorax or metathorax, the middle of its thorax. I might take a photo and show you on the video, maybe at some point. Just, oh, she's stuck in my hair. See, so spikes. She's very fidgety compared to the leaf insects, just like do, and the stick insects, yeah, the sort of the start of the thorax. Can you see that? Little tiny spikes. So they're tiny spikes. So, but it's only when they squeeze, when they get defensive, and that's not too often with my ones. They don't seem to be like that. But if they panic and they go to grab you like a log, then they will pinch, and it does hurt a bit. But yeah, they're not too bad. But yeah, so advantage, obviously very pretty, gorgeous. They are fairly easy to keep once you learn how to keep them, I would say, even though I would say humidity and temperature is a big factor. Once you get those right, you're off like the wind. In terms of hatching eggs, I've had some success with hatching eggs of leaf insects and had not very good success rates. I would say it takes, depending on the species of leaf insect, of course, these guys I would think would take 4 to 6 months to hatch. Diaphragma gigantea, Phyllium gigantea, around 12 months actually, and it's the way they breed, and I'll probably go into that into a different video, or if I already have, then yeah. And also you have to do the temperature and humidity again. And the leaf insect nymphs are just so fragile, and yeah, so yeah, you've got to be very careful. So they're more fragile than these the grown-up ones, the bigger stages. You like my hair, don't you? I don't blame you. But yeah, both gorgeous species. I do personally, I don't know which phasmid I like best, because they're both in the same sort of insect order. I don't know if I like stick insects or leaf insects best. Stick insects are my first sort of proper insect, my first phasmid. I mean, stick insects and leaf insects are the only sort of phasmid. But my first stick insect, obviously, as I've told you, is the Indian stick insect, and then I've had others as well, like Vietnamese stick insects and stuff like that. And the thorny stick insects are great too. I don't have any of those at the moment though. But yeah, gorgeous things. I would recommend them. I recommend both. My favourite personally are the leaf insects, just because they're very gentle and elegant, and when they grow their wings, they're absolutely stunning. But yeah, let me know in the comments which is your favourite, or DM me or whatever. Yeah, which one's your favourite, leaf insect or stick insects? And do you have a favourite species if you keep them too? Also, if you want to know more information about leaf insects, I don't think I have Phyllium elegans on there, but they are very similar care to Phyllium tulbinese anyway, or tulbulance, I don't know how you pronounce that. And I've got care on this guy as well, this girl, sorry, your girl. Females have wings and they're brown. Yeah, if you want to see more information on them, then go to my website, www.theinsectnerd.co.uk. I will put a link up for you, so you will know so you can click on it, or I will just sort of maybe advertise it a bit more on my Instagram maybe. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, see what these guys are up to, the frogs, everything else, then please follow me at theinsectnerd97. I'm also on TikTok. I'm very new to it. Please be kind. No, I don't really mind really, but I'm just called at the Insect Nerd on that. So if you want to follow me, go ahead. I just do silly stuff on there, because life is too serious to be serious. No, life is too short to be serious. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, have a nice day, and Jubilee weekend, isn't it? I don't know. All right, bye.